Mary Queen of Scots, born 1542 on December the 8th. Which means, if you look behind us there, we're at Linlithgow Palace where she was born. So we're going to start something a wee bit different. We're just going to tell you about where she was born and when she was born and a wee story, and then this is part one. Part two, we're going to take you to Stirling Castle and we'll tell you just a wee more about Mary Queen of Scots. So let's go. If you like this, do me a favour and subscribe. We're getting there quite well. We have some crazy videos, don't worry, but this one's a wee bit more intellectual today. Won't be that intellectual, don't worry. I'll probably get some facts wrong as well, because I decided this morning to do Mary Queen of Scots. Okay, let's go inside Linlithgow Palace and learn about Mary Queen of Scots. So this is St Michael's Church. This is where Mary Queen of Scots was baptised. Yeah, just a few days after she was born. Like we said, she was baptised a Catholic. And as you can see, just next to the church is this rather grand entrance that takes you into Linlithgow Palace. Mary was born on the 8th of December 1542 in Linlithgow Palace, but only 6 days later she became Mary Queen of Scots, because Mary's father, James V, died on the 14th of December in Falkland Palace. So we're going to head to this side of the palace. Presumably there's a room up here where she possibly could have been born. Obviously her father was born here as well, James V. So he was born here, but when she was born he was in here. He was at Falkland Palace somewhere else. He was quite ill, and 6 days after she was born her father died. We're going to take a wee walk. We're going to take a wee walk up this tower to see if we can find the room that she was born in, possibly the same room as her father was born in as well. Okay, well you can see a room here, but I possibly think there was once a room above this where Mary Queen of Scots was born. This is a part of the building where her father was born, and possibly she was born in the same room as her father. Like we said, although it's a ruin now, it wasn't a ruin at one time. At one time it was absolutely luxurious. Obviously her mother was French, so it was like all the Parisian homes you have in France. It wasn't anything like this at all. It was one of the, could match anything in France at all. So it was an amazing building at one time. It's still preserved well, but you can still climb the towers. So not quite like it was 900 or so years ago. Said you can't climb the towers, it still looks amazing. As you can see, it was a very, very tall palace. Now up the top, quite amazing views. As you can see, it's a dreary Scottish day. No rain at the moment, but it's a bit dreary and dreary. Mary of Guise is best known as the mother of Mary Queen of Scots, and after the death of her husband James V in 1542, Mary stayed on in Scotland, basically to look after her daughter's interests. She died in Edinburgh Castle. Yeah, just across there you can see St Michael's Church. Going to have a wee look over there. That's where Mary Queen of Scots was baptised. She was baptised a Catholic. Her parents were Catholics, but obviously at that time the Protestants were trying to rule Scotland. Like we said, this has been an amazing structure when it was done up. Not so much now, a wee bit of ruins, so let's go up another wee close here, see what's up in this one. This is up to the nice other wee nooks and crannies and all the views. I think this would be the As I said before a wee bit earlier, Mary's father, James V, had died on the 14th of December, having been beaten by an English army at the Battle of Solway Moss only 3 weeks earlier. He died at Falkland Palace. Obviously Mary was still a baby and far too young to rule Scotland herself. Instead, a noble was given the job of governing Scotland until Mary was old enough to rule. He was called a regent. Mary's mother wanted to be the regent of Scotland, but the job was given to the Earl of Arran. The Earl of Arran was a relative of Mary, and at that time, after her birth, the Earl of Arran was heir to the throne in Scotland. Linlithgow Palace is a ruin. Obviously just now we're in the southwest tower. It's still an interesting walk to go around and have a wee look and learn about where Mary Queen of Scots was born. Maybe not on a day like this. It is dismal and dreary and wet. These halls look amazing. Going through all the big halls now and all the wee nooks and crannies, some more stairs. We look through there as well. But I say this is the beginning of Mary Queen of Scots. This is the chapel. We're now in the chapel. Obviously, like we said, Mary Queen of Scots was baptised a Catholic. Things changed later on. She had obviously son James, who was born in Stirling Castle. He did become a Protestant, but we'll get to that. And once again, the chapel just looks a wee bit different. It's still an amazing place to come and look round. There's quite a lot of stairs, but they do take you to some amazing wee nooks and crannies, which is a wee Scottish word, I think, isn't it? Nooks and crannies. That one's just a wee bit dark for me to climb. I'm not going to climb that one. You can probably hear the puddles. This is another one. I thought this one would probably be the Great Hall, I would think. And I can't get down because I've come up too high, so I'll need to take the other side to let you see the Great Hall. And there you are, there's always a Great Hall somewhere, isn't there? Every castle has got a Great Hall. This is where King James V would entertain. He would entertain here. That 1542, wasn't it? I think she was born, so round about them. As you see the kitchen they're doing up in here, and this is the amazing view. Some people getting a smashing photo there. I don't know if I want one with the photo in it. I'll just ask. I'll turn this off just for a wee minute. And once again we'll look back down to the courtyard, which would have been amazing. The jesters and everybody. An amazing view. So we'll just have a wee walk round the Great Hall now. You can see it there, it takes you kitchen. So the kitchen would be there for all the banquets and everything. The kitchen's behind us here. But it's an amazing place to visit. Get yourself there and learn about Mary Queen of Scots and where she was born. You can see it down here about the Great Hall built by James I in 1406. So it took a while, 37 mind you. Sometimes known as Parliament Hall, because James IV had been in Parliament here to avoid the plague that struck Edinburgh. I'm sure we'll get to visit Edinburgh and find out when Mary Queen of Scots visited Edinburgh. Okay, if you've enjoyed this part 1 of Mary Queen of Scots' life as a child, please subscribe and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully you've learned something about her, how she lived here from December through to September before she moved to Stirling Castle, how the English wanted her to marry their sons and Henry VIII wanted his son married so that he could rule Scotland. Sorry about the wind, just came there. And I think the French one as well, so they could get French and English always wanted to rule Scotland. I don't think it happened in the end, although there was plenty of fighting. So the next time we see you, we'll be up at Stirling Castle. Like we said, she was born here 1542, December the 8th, not the 7th, but it might have been the 7th, we don't know. James the 5th was her father, who died 6 days after she was born at Falkland Palace, and Mary Aguse, some French woman, was her mother. So we'll see you the next one. Hope you enjoyed this wee one. It's just a short one. We'll see you at Stirling Castle soon. Bye bye for now.